Yes, I recorded 2 entries in one day. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Welcome back, y'all. This is entry number. It'll be on the screen. If you're new here, this is a series where I just free flow. I let thoughts come. If I have something to say, I spill it. If not, I rant. I talk about my life. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. But I remembered what I wanted to say. I checked my notes. So this video is about celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebration. I feel like, personally, I know I don't celebrate as much as I should, especially as hard as I work. But if that's me, it probably resonates with you too. I feel like there's a spectrum of like people who celebrate a lot and people who celebrate seldom, like slim to none. They're just constantly working, constantly doing, to the point where they're like, oh yeah, vacation sounds nice. There are people who take vacations like once every quarter, and it's like, wow. There's people who never leave their state or never leave like their place where they were born, ever, their whole life, and then they get to a point where they can't leave, and that's really sad because it's like traveling is so fun. I'm not gonna lie, traveling is so fun. I recommend traveling to everyone, even if you're scared. It's the way to face fears. I feel like it's the best way to face a lot of fears. Fear of being around people you don't know, a lot of people, fear of heights, it's like it thrusts you into the unknown, and you just start to really be present and embrace life. But celebration, back to the top, we're bringing it back together. Celebration, the danger of not celebrating, and I'm not going to call this a danger of not celebrating, but we deserve to celebrate. We deserve to celebrate, and celebrate constantly. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. And I'm talking about this from the perspective of creators and creatives, because we're constantly doing stuff, constantly putting this together, doing that, outreach, doing commissions, and it's like, it gets to be so much where you're like, did I even eat today? Did I do that? You're constantly looking at your list of to-dos to get stuff done, and it's like, you're getting so much stuff done, but like, what about you? Because you're looking at where you want to be, and you're like, okay, I'm doing it. Month after month after month go by, and you realize, like, when's the last time I really fully took a break? When's the last time I went and just sat without my phone? I'm telling y'all, I don't know how to take a break sometimes. I'm actually going on vacation. Yes, vacation. I don't know, I just came closer. But I'm actually going on vacation, and it's the first time I've vacationed in like 3 years. The last vacation I had was with the boyfriend that I had, and I'm pretty sure it's because, I had a boyfriend, and it's like, oh, you want on vacation together and stuff. It was like we would rarely see each other because we were like long distance. So when we did link up, like, it was vacation, like it was spending time together, it was enjoying the new environments, and it like forced me to be present. But in those times where I wasn't seeing my significant other and I was focused on me, you know what I mean? I was work. Send me happy, work. You send me to me, great song. But it's so dangerous because it trains us to move past our accomplishments so fast. And in that TED Talk that I referred to in my last entry about confidence, it was about, she said, celebrate constantly. It doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. If it's going to Starbucks, ordering your favorite drink, taking a shot, get whatever it is, celebrate. Buying yourself a new whatever, go. Doesn't matter, do it. Because when we don't do it, we train ourselves to overlook our successes. Especially if you're like in a period where you get like a lot of success, like back to back, you're like, okay, you start to get adjusted to the height, but like, you're still climbing. Say thank you, show gratitude, and give yourself a pat on the back, because the universe is conspiring in your favor, and now you're finally seeing like the bigger plans that were meant for you, that in the periods of struggle and hardship, and you're like, why? What is going on? Now in these moments, you're like, okay, this feels kind of good. I kind of like Earth. It feels kind of good. Take a moment. Really take a moment. If you got to cry it out, thug it out, go to a movie theater, take a moment to celebrate something. do something. I don't know if you have any rituals, but I want to come up with like a ritual, and I'm gonna just take some time to brainstorm right now because I've been saying it that I want to create a ritual. So y'all know I'm an artist and musician. I say artist, but like there's so many definitions to being an artist, but I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, and on my release days I find myself struggling like on how to celebrate, because I'm like, I want to celebrate, I want to do something to commemorate, like it's done, it's out there, and I'm just like, I'll be running around the day like, what should I do? I want to do something every time, even if it's like I high five myself, something every time. So I'm gonna brainstorm some rituals or something, some small things that I can do that might help me. I would say, well, let's do it together. I'm so rude. Let's do it together. Think about the things that you like to do. Think about the things that you rarely get to do. And see if you can come up with a version between the two that is practical. Because sometimes when things are impractical, they kind of deter you from doing them. So like, let's say you have a win on a Monday afternoon. You don't want to be like, okay, I'm booking a vacation. Like, that's great. But not every win deserves that, like, booking a vacation, or like you have the time to do that. You know what I mean? Certain wins, yes, you want some big celebrations, but certain other wins, smaller wins, every win is big, but smaller wins, smaller in stature, like you got honor roll, you made honor roll, like maybe go out and get yourself a Cinnabon. You like Cinnabons, your mom don't really let you have them, like go out and get yourself a Cinnabon. That could be your ritual. Every time you get honor roll, boom. And you just gotta watch your cholesterol and diabetes. But things like that, little things like that, that could over time really make you see, like, you look at your bank statement like, oh my God, I'm an honorary member at Cinnabon. I've been to Cinnabon 30 times this year. You know what I mean? That's gonna show you how well you've been doing. But we all deserve those moments to feel special, to feel good, no matter what it is, because we all ascribe meaning to different things. For someone, you know, watering these plants or seeing the plants grow could be an accomplishment for them, where somebody else be like, no, I'm trying to get my nails did. Like, that's that's what I care about. We all care about different things. So really think about the things that you like to do, the things that you care about. So in these moments of celebration, you actually allow yourself to indulge in them. And it doesn't have to be like you're binge watching a Netflix show for like 7 hours, but be mindful that you do deserve to celebrate, no matter how big, how small. Because when we don't, we start attaching. This is the part what really got me. She said, we start attaching our success to fear. That really hit me, because I was like, this explains a lot. I feel like nobody teaches you how to handle success when it comes your way, especially if you feel like you're so used to not winning, or you feel unworthy. When you start to win, you're like, whoa, hold on. Who's doing this to me? I feel punked. But like, you deserve it. And you deserve to sit with your successes because of who you are and what you bring to the table. That's enough, more than enough. It's just adding accolades, cherry on the top. So if you've been in a period of success, or you've had some successes and you're like, I don't feel like I deserve it, you deserve it. You deserve it. That win, that success told you deserve it. Write that down. That win right there is enough justification for you to go out and celebrate. Whether it be drinks, like I said, whether it's someone cooking you a meal, whether it's going out to eat, a massage, whatever it is, big or small, getting a piercing, something to commemorate the fact that you did that before you go into the next era. Because if you don't, then these successes may come and you just might feel numb to them, like, okay, it happened. But like, no, girl, it happened. This is something that was on your bucket list. This happened. You don't want to not celebrate and only celebrate the highs, because then you're training yourself to diminish the importance of the other wins that have helped you get to the highs. Those matter too. Those matter too. You start your first business, you start with your first customer, or you are your first customer, and then by the time you get to like you're making 100K in your business, you don't even know what to do, but you know that like you should, because it's a big number. But like, celebrate, take these steps. You walk step by step, 1 customer, 2 customer, celebrate. You have your goals, but celebrate when you hit them. Because what are goals if you don't like actually celebrate them or acknowledge them? You just use them as tickers to get to the next point. But like, honor that. There's this Heinz video. This is my last comment, and then I'm gonna close it out. There's this Heinz video, and he talked about how when babies are learning how to walk, how they're celebrated. Like in their 2 little steps that they make before they fall, they're celebrated. They're celebrated, and they're welcomed. Like, oh my God, you did it. And like, we learn how to walk as we get older. Like, that's gonna be something that we normally do. But like in the process of learning how to walk, they're reminding the baby to feel good. Like, you're making progress, little bits. They're not like, okay, baby's crawling, good job. No cheers, no claps until you know how to walk. No. We have to celebrate on the way up. So when we get to the way up, we feel even more so like we deserve it, because we do. We know we do. We feel we do. We are. But thank y'all for rocking with me. I will see you in the next entry. Peace and love. Take care of yourself and celebrate good times. Come on. Woo!